Hi, my name is Judie VaKooiman, and you're watching Life Issues. This month's show is about the community family, and my guests are Stacy Michello and Donna Lendino. Welcome, both of you. Stacy, I'm going to start with you. What is your professional background?
Oh, thank you, Judy, for having me. My professional background is an interesting one. I'm a late bloomer when it comes to academics. So I got my BA in business administration from Salem State when I turned 50. Very interesting for how to do new academics. They don't use pencils anymore to reference on index cards. The computer does it all. And then I moved on to UMass Boston and got my master's in gerontology.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And then you got into BAM.
So career-wise, I actually started out in food service operations, moved up into the higher ranks, and back in, I would say, 1999, they assisted living models were popping up. And so for food service, they have kitchens, they need food, and that's how I started. And I got more interested into the operations, and assisted livings are great, but food and fun go together. So there's activities, and then there's finances, and so I morphed into that, and I was an executive director for an assisted living for a brief period of time. And then I took a temporary position. Can you help us out for a little bit as a council and aging director, and fell in love with it because it was everything. It was community-based activities, it was social services, there was food, fun, everything. There was a lot. So I was in Lynn for 12 and a half, 13 years as a council and aging director, and then moved on to Melrose, right smack in the middle of the pandemic. And that was a lot of fun. And then I got a phone call from Community Family saying, can you help out? And I said, well, I work for the city of Melrose, so I can't moonlight. And they just kept calling and calling and calling. And I said, let me just put these folks at ease and check their operation out. And I was like, this is a big deal. This is something that, you can make an impression and really make work and go from there. And that's how I ended up I've been the ED for Community Family now 14 months.
Congratulations.
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Good. And when was the Community Family founded?
I just got the exact date today, about 10 minutes ago. It's so hard, you got to keep records. September 8th, 1978. So,
a long time.
With Donna on my right, next 2025 will be in our 48th year. Oh. Donna's probably saying, what's that got to do with me? we have to get ready for the 50th gala.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. And then, of course, to add up to that, Mystic Valley is going to be having their 50th, too.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
A lot of the ASAPs around that same time. So it's interesting, if you look at Gliss, if I'm correct, I think it's 74. So you get 1974, 76, 77. We just went to the Boston Senior Home Care Gala. Age Span celebrated 50 last year. So it's right around that time of the late 70s that nonprofit agencies were like, we got to do something and take care of our elders and folks with disabilities,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Donna, I'm going to switch to you. What is your professional background?
So my degree is in early childhood education. I did that for about 15 years, and then I decided I need a change. So then I went into adult day health for over 22 years now. And as Stacy, fell in love with it, working with the seniors. It's just such an impression on, failing with everything. Every day's different, and that's what I love about it. We're working with the elders. We're taking care of the elders. They're teaching us. We're teaching them. So I started as an activity program person and moved up to a program director position.
Okay, interesting. And how long have you been with Community Family?
So Stacy's 14, so I am 16 months.
Oh.
I didn't realize that. When I started, I didn't even see her as a 2-month tenure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
That's good. So, and Donna, what is your title?
Right now it's program director. I also do some social coordinating for both sites, Medford and our Everett site.
She's chief of staff, jack of all trades, gala planner.
So, Stacy, what is the history of the community family?
So Community Family started in Everett. Actually, I'll do a plug. One of our founders, his birthday's today. He's been in the business 46 years. And there were families in the neighborhood that realized that how do I keep my loved ones at home and go to work? So on $20,000 back then, they opened up an adult day health center and started the nonprofit paperwork and figured it out. And then we expanded now up to 3 sites. So we have the Dutton Center in Wakefield, and then we have the Medford Center. And the Medford Center is technically called the Buddy Caholen Memory Loss Center, named after Buddy Caholen. And that is the original first certified dementia center in Massachusetts. Quite impressive sites. I urge anyone that wants to tour them, just give us a jingle and we'll gladly showcase our properties. Medford is a refurbished train station. So if you go online,
Yeah.
you look at the picture and you look at it, it's the original train station that was on Washington Street. And then when we purchased, so Everett started in 2 rooms on, I believe, School Street in Everett.
Yep.
And then they bought 2 properties side by side on Willis Ave in Everett, knocked them down and built a similar building. So it also looks like a train station. So it's red on the outside and has the same sort of,
Cool.
outside decor.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Stacy, with the memory loss program, what type of activities do the clients participate in?
So basically, we have failure-free activities. We try to remain as person-centered as possible. It's difficult sometimes recueing folks, keeping them in a comfortable spot. But right now, I have to plug Mystic Valley. Mystic Valley got the respite grant from Executive Office of Elder Affairs, and then administered grants to other agencies, and we were lucky to get one of them. So one of the new features that we have is the Magic Table.
Yep.
So it's brand new. We're learning it. It's a projector that's loaded with games and programs and stuff, and it's sort of like, kind of like virtual reality.
Yeah, because
But
it's
it's
right
in-
on the table.
So it projects on the table. So if you played music and it said pop the bubbles kind of swim by you, and you just tap the table and the bubble pops. It's fascinating.
They love it.
So it's really a lot of frustration-free activities, knowing the participants, reading the room. You know, sometimes with Alzheimer's, there's a lot of redirection, and sometimes there's frustrations, and, they could be doing something that they love. If they love, beads, the next day they might not even remember they love beads, so don't force them to do beads, or, so I think with that, we do a pretty good job of, recueing people. We also have the IN2L, which was, I forget the gentleman's name, it was Mr. York. He invented the It's Never Too Late, and that's a computerized program that assists us. Like, so that computer can call bingo, can do trivia. We can program it for their wishes and desires. So if you know that, Al loves the Rat Pack, you can set up a profile and it'll play Rat Pack music. Or if on Veterans Day, we can play patriotic music. It's pretty ingenious. Medford's unique because they have the pretty big outdoor patio space. So we have walking paths at 2 of our 3 sites. Dutton is unique because the property aligns the sidewalk and the driveway, so there's no outdoor space. But Everett and Medford have outdoor space. So there's, and it's safe and secure if they want to, You know, they're always supervised, but not, we don't hover. So if they want to walk around and look at the flowers and, sit on the bench, they can.
Nice.
I don't know, are there
They love
specific-
the outside. You just,
Oh, yeah.
if they're restless inside in Medford, we'll take them out and you just see a different person. They'll just sit and relax. They'll walk around and look at the flowers, the trees, or just walk.
Yeah.
And they're safe because it's all fenced in.
Yeah. And so typically, if you were in, it's a locked unit, it doesn't feel good. They know they want to go home. May want to go home. If they're used to sitting on their porch. So the surroundings in the center are, one, there's a subject called environmental gerontology. So when you come into the center, you see soothing lilac colors, grays. There's a bookcase. I don't think they feel confined. They might, get a little restless sometimes because it's whatever's going on in their condition. But I think we do a pretty good job on having free space to roam. Not, all right, you come in, you sit here, you do this. It's pretty open. There's organized activities. We have pet therapy. Dogs and Danes
Yeah.
come in. I just connected with the horse farm today at the Mystic Valley event. So we'll look at that. We've had the barnyard babies come in. So it's very soothing, and animals make people happy.
Oh, yes.
Most animals. I'm kidding.
Medford also has music therapy
Yep.
every Monday, every other Thursday, and that some of the clients look forward to that. It's a selling point when I'm doing tours that
Yeah.
there's music therapy.
And we're pretty free with, we don't redirect people under the assumption that it may upset them. So if we have a person that in their dementia for that day feels that they work there, we go with it. Right?
Yep,
We've
absolutely.
had a person sitting at the front desk and she thinks she's the receptionist, and it's okay. It really is okay.
Is this what she did in her other life? Or?
I honestly don't know. We probably should find out, but I think that, if someone had said it today that when Rich went to the horse farm, he thought he worked there. They said that at the Mystic Valley event, and I said, oh my God, same with us, So if somebody's passing out the cups for lunch and they put an apron on, it doesn't matter.
Nope, not at all.
Let them be. It's helping them.
Yeah.
It's,
Keep them
Yeah.
occupied and busy. Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Okay. Stacy, what is the mission statement?
So our mission, one, I think we're very proud that I believe, and Donna has to believe because she's on the payroll, we are the flagship of the fleet for Adult Day Health. And Adult Day Health, the mission is to provide the opportunity for older adults, folks with disabilities, even younger folks. I know that, an elder in or an older adult is the new term. An older adult in Massachusetts is 60 and over. We're not bound by those regulations, so we do have younger persons, but it's so that they are given an opportunity to age in place in their community, in their home, as long as possible. So we provide, it's a healthcare model. We provide those supports. We also support caregivers. And it's a well-rounded. When I said person-centered, but it's also well-rounded. We have, we just had a case today that someone needs housing. Do we have a housing coordinator? No, but we have social service coordinator. So,
Jack of all trades.
yeah. So it's more of a well-rounded, but it basically is, it's a healthcare model. It's a day program. It's not a residential program. And folks can come in and they don't have to come. So it's not like you sign up and have a membership and, they don't have to come. They want to come, which is a good thing, for us. And it's so they can really healthy aging to ward off a potential nursing home admission.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have folks with cognitive disabilities, behavioral issues. They might live in group home settings. I think one of the interesting statistics is I think we're at almost 48% of our folks do not have a family caregiver. So they're pretty alone in the world. So it's really, we're their family.
Right.
Thus, community,
Yep.
family. And I think that's especially hard because, we're going into the holidays now. And the holidays, you can look at it from different angles. You have caregivers that are taking care of their loved ones, regardless of whether they come to our program or not. It's still a heavy lift of a task. And then you have to plan for the holidays. And then we have folks that, I'm going to go home, the weekends and the nights are long, and those holidays are coming, and I don't have family. So it's heavy. It's heavy. So we do bring out the jingle.
We do. We have things planned for the holidays for them.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner, Christmas dinner,
Yeah.
maybe a visit from somebody with some presents.
Santa, yeah.
Maybe.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. That's very important stuff. So Donna, you mentioned some of the things that you do for your job and everything. Is there anything else that you'd like to add for your job description?
So I also do the outreach, so I will go to different fairs and talk about what adult day health is, because a lot of people don't know what it's about. So I'll explain it to them. I do the tours right now, doing the intakes, bringing people into the program, and figuring where they fit, which site. So we'll determine that with, doctor's orders and just talking to them. Running the program, so I'm in charge of everything that goes on in the center. They'll come to me with questions and stuff, and we figure it out as a team.
Cool. Now, do they have to live in Everett, or do they have to live in Medford to attend?
No, we have South Boston, we have Revere, we have Chelsea, we have Medford, Everett, we have some in Stoneham, we have some in Melrose, we have some in Woburn. So they're all
Reading, North Reading.
Yeah.
Linfield, Saugus, we're getting bigger and
Yeah.
bigger and bigger. And I think one of the biggest, we offer transportation, round trip transportation. So we're now noodling other creative ideas because we're almost at full capacity. And that scares me because we wouldn't want to tell someone that, yeah, sure, we have an open in the program, but we don't have a ride for you. So we've been pretty creative. We have we go out. We've had people come in by the ride from Waltham.
Wow.
Because they chose to come to us. We have a woman who comes from Cambridge on the MIT side, Charlestown,
Yep.
Somerville.
Cambridge.
I was kidding around with the mayor of Medford today. If you're going to put in more bike lanes, can you put in a community family lane? Because technically, some of the pickups and drop-offs are so close by, sort of hub and spoke. The buses go out. If we had a dedicated lane, which I know is ridiculous, but think about it, we could do 2-3 shuttles a day.
Yeah.
It's the sitting in the school bus traffic and the road construction during the summer was horrendous, or the bridge is up, or whatever the issue is. Transportation is a tough challenge. So,
Yeah. It's all over. And Donna, are you the social service coordinator for all the sites?
For right now, it's Medford and Everett.
Everett. Okay.
Dutton has their Dutton is unique. They have we have a lot of universal and dual roles. So like and it's really no wrong door policy. If whoever picks up the phone takes the call, Dutton has a long-term nurse that's been there that she can do social service coordination too. The program director, Ashley, she's the development director too, and she does social services. So there's a lot of overlap, and I say dual, it's multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple roles. But I think that I think the team is our greatest asset because they do take on a lot of responsibility and willingly love it, Let me help. I'll take that file, you take this file, And
nice.
I think the important point is that by the time a family asks for help, don't make them wait. So I think we jump right on it.
Yep.
I think that we're pretty much next day, end of business is the rule, to call them back and ask them, And they might not be ready yet, but at least make the contact,
Yeah, that's
So-
important. Yeah. So Donna, why would someone come to the TCF Center?
For socialization, for their loved ones to have a break and they can have time with new friends. So they're, doing different activities, and they're safe. They're safe. The families know they're safe, and they're well taken care of. As I said, we do have a nurse, so there's a nurse on site at all times for any medical issues. The staff is great to call the nurse if they see any changes, because we see them every day. So we notice if something's off, we will call the nurse. And it's a family, so everyone is very close, as the clients and the staff, and to each other too. Like if someone's not in for a day, well, where's Stacy today? They're like, well, why isn't she here? When I'm doing the dual roles, if I'm in Everett, they're looking for me in Medford, and the same, But they know my schedule now. They're like, oh, you're here today because it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
So it becomes a family once they're there.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yep.
And Stacy, can you please tell us about what a day in the life of a client at the center is?
Oh my gosh. So this is we're still in the Veterans Day week, right? So we're open on some of the Monday holidays, but Monday mornings when the buses arrive, there could be up to 9 buses pulling up to Everett. And the program assistants are the door greeters, because their job is to have eyes on the people, get them safely off the bus, check them off for attendance purposes. But when the participants come in, it's like Christmas every day. They're so excited to see you, and even coming off COVID with not so many hugs. We have different routines that we, elbow. But I think that it's a healthcare model. But there's meals are included, activities are included. Participants do not have to participate in the scheduled activities. So one of the good things, I'll plug Mary over at Everett. She had arts and crafts. 3 participants out of, say, 48 to 60 in the room. Only 3. You just have to ask yourself why. So Mary said, can we do an art show? We were running out of square footage, because what was she up to, 36 participants?
She had most of the clients doing something. And
Yeah.
they wanted to. It wasn't like
wanted
they didn't.
to do it.
They wanted to do it.
And we took some great photos, and they were very proud of their work. And a lot of the work was used with materials that were repurposed. So if you walked into my office right now, you will see a TV box with the big styrofoam piece. But that styrofoam piece was painted into like a cityscape. And it was used to hold other frames or other, pictures and stuff. So there's a lot of activities, a lot of dancing and movement.
Yeah.
Upbeat comes in and they do Zumba right in the aisles. They do karaoke. If you're trying to hold a conference call and karaoke's going on,
It's not good.
not good.
Might have to shut your door at that
But
point.
I think there's just the socialization that Donna was talking about is the most important thing. I mean, they get used to, sitting with their friends at the table and talking and really just getting involved in what's going on in their life,
Great. Okay. What about the clients that take medications, Stacy?
So all participants have a care plan. Meds are monitored as similar to any other healthcare facility, and the nurse administers them, or it could be a self-administer with a queue. So it comes in with the care plan. The families are caregivers. I think a couple of sites have pharmacy drops, but it's monitored as regimentally and seriously as it would as if you were in a hospital.
It has to be in its own prescription bottle,
Yeah.
same label as what's in the medication, not 20 pills in one bottle.
Not a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, here you go. Guess what they are?
These are Donna's meds.
Yeah.
And then we have a tight network of communication with their providers. So if someone's blood pressure is up and they didn't take their meds over the long weekend or something, the nurses will reach out and we help. We get them to the doctors or get them checked out or evaluated. And counseling, because there are some folks that they just decide today that I know I have a condition and I'm not taking my meds anymore because I don't want to and I don't have to. They're right. However, if it's a necessary med, we just gently try to counsel them, cue them, acknowledge their rights, and tell them we're making a phone call and hope it works out for the best.
Yeah.
And do clients have to attend every day?
No, so they can come 2 days, 3 days, 4 or 5.
Okay.
1 day's kind of hard because if you come on a Monday, you're not coming for another week. So we kind of say, well, let's try it. Sometimes they'll start with 1, but then within a week they're up to 2 or 5.
Right. Yeah. And
I
Donna,
think, what was our percentage? 72% of our participants come 3 days or more.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
yeah.
And they feel like it's their club.
And that's what we call it. We'll call it the club.
And slowly
Yeah.
but surely, and I have a great story I can tell, slowly but surely they'll realize the schedule. So if the entertainer's coming on Thursday or, Mary's doing this on Friday, they want to be there when the activity's coming,
And we'll switch schedules for them.
Yep.
So if Tuesday and Thursday they have a doctor's appointment on a Tuesday, we'll switch the schedule so they can come Wednesday.
Yeah.
So very flexible that way with them.
So we had a gentleman that sometimes with Alzheimer's it's very difficult to communicate. Hey, we're thinking of adult day health for you, because they might not realize their condition, or that's not for me, or that's for old people. So the family had been in touch with us and toured the center without Dad, and then said, I think this would be a great place for him, and then had a gentle conversation with Dad, and Dad said, I'm not going. I'm not going to this place. And they coaxed him, coerced him gently. Just try it out one day. And if you don't like it, you don't have to go. Speed the story up. He loves it. He comes all the time. Then the family tells him that he's taking a vacation because they're going out of state so he can meet the new great-grandchild. And he said to them, I'm not missing my club. So it works.
Yeah.
But we told him, you got to go see your you got to go see your great granddaughter. But they don't want to miss out. What's on the menu?
Yeah. Menu and what activity are we doing?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Stacy, if anyone has any questions, can you please give us your contact info?
Sure. So email is my first name, which is STACEY, last initial M, at communityfamily, all one word, .org. If they want to call the main corporate offices in Everett, it's 617-389-4500. And like I said, whoever answers the phone will get the right person.
Okay, great. And Donna, can we have your contact info?
Yep, so it's Donna, DONNAL, at communityfamily.org.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's all the time that we have. Thank you both for all that you do for those in need. I'd love to hear your thoughts and suggestions. Please send them to lifeissuestv@gmail.com. And remember, live each day to the fullest and celebrate life.